Hi students, all of you. In the last lecture, we were discussing about the simple epithelium. Now we'll be discussing the compound epithelium. The epithelial tissue is divided into simple epithelium and compound epithelium. What is a simple epithelium? First of all, simple epithelium. It contains only a single layer of cells are there here like this. Only a single layer of cells are there. Whereas in the compound epithelium, more than one layer here. For example, this is a layer, another layer is there, another layer is there. That is, it should be having more than one layer. If it is only one layer is there, simple epithelium. If it is more than one layer, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, it is called as compound epithelium. The compound epithelium is also called as stratified epithelium. Clear, students? Compound epithelium is also called as a stratified epithelium. So we'll be discussing this one under lecture 6 today. Clear, students? What is strata? Strata means layers. Strata means layers. Because many layers of cells are there. In the simple epithelium, only one layer of cell is there. Whereas in the stratified epithelium, more than one layer of cell is there. That is why it's called as the stratified epithelium. Clear? This compound epithelium is mainly concerned with the overcoming the mechanical and chemical stress. Mechanical and chemical stress. That's the main function of compound epithelium. So let's discuss the classification of compound epithelium today. Clear? Compound epithelium is divided into three main types. The first one is called as stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous epithelium. The second one is called as stratified cuboidal epithelium. Third one is called as stratified columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. These are the three main types of compound epithelium. Clear, students? First of all, we'll be discussing the stratified squamous epithelium. Clear, students? Then we'll be discussing these two. So what is the stratified squamous epithelium? Let's discuss now. In the simple epithelium, I discussed now. In the simple squamous epithelium, I told you that it consists of flat tile-like cells are there. A single layer of flat tile-like cells are there, isn't it? Like this. Here also, the uppermost layer, that is apical layer of this compound epithelium, consists of a single layer of flat tile-like cells are there. Okay, and these are called as squamous epithelial cells. Squamous epithelial cells, which are flat and tile-like. Okay, that is why it's called as stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, if there is only one layer of flat tile-like cells are there, it is called as simple epithelium. But here, more than one layers are there. That is why it's called as stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, students. If it is only one layer, simple squamous. But here, more than one layers are there. That is why it's called as a stratified squamous epithelium. Now, what are these layers? Let's discuss now. Here, uppermost layer is called as squamous epithelial cells are there, which are flat and tile-like cells. And in the middle, other layers of cells are there. In the middle, for example, here is a middle layer of cells, which are the polygonal cells are there. Which are the polygonal cells. So these are the polygonal cells. Of course, there are no gaps here. Okay, these are the polygonal cells. How many layers of polygonal cells are there? Like this, 3 to 4 layers. I'm drawing only 3. Actually 3 to 4 layers of cells are there. 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells. What is a polygon? What is a polygon? Polygon means a triangle. It can be a triangle, it can be a rectangle, it can be a quadrilateral, anything here like this. Okay, it can be a hexagon also. So anything can be a triangle, rectangular, quadrilateral, isn't it? A hexagon, all this is called as a polygon. So these polygonal cells are there below the uppermost layer. What is uppermost layer of cells here called as? The squamous epithelial cells, which are the flat and tile-like cells, uppermost layer. And below this one, the polygonal cells are there. How many layers of polygonal cells are there? 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells are there like this here. And here in the bottom basal part, single layer of cube-like cells are there like this here. Single layer of cube-like cells are there. This is a single layer of cube-like cells. So uppermost layer, single layer of squamous epithelial cells which are flat and tile-like. Middle layer consists of polygonal cells which are 3 to 4 layers, and bottommost, that is basal part, consists of a single layer of which cells? Cube-like cells are there, and this forms a stratified epithelium called as the which epithelium here? Stratified squamous epithelium. Clear, students? It's very simple, isn't it? And sometimes what happens means it may be having the keratin. This epithelium may be having the keratin. What is a keratin, bachcho? Keratin means it is a fibrous protein which is insoluble in water. All of you write down. Keratin is a tough and fibrous protein which is insoluble in water. It is not digested by any proteinaceous enzymes. Actually, normally the proteins get digested by the protein digesting enzymes, isn't it? But here, the keratin is a very, very tough protein, fibrous protein, which is not at all soluble in water, and it cannot be digested. It cannot be dissolved by the protein digesting enzyme, and that's called as keratin. So sometimes what happens, the stratified squamous epithelium is out-coated uppermost layer by the keratin. And this type of epithelium is called as stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. Why keratinized? Because this epithelium contains the keratin. That is why it's called as stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. Very simple, isn't it? Now, what are the examples of this one? Bacho, all of you, very simple, enjoying the session. Now here, what are the examples of this one? One is the nails. Nails are there. Next one is feathers. Feathers are present in the birds. Nails contains this stratified squamous, feathers, scales. Scales are also present in different animals. Next one is it also present in the epidermis of the skin. Epidermis of skin. And also present in the horns. Horns of the different animals. Horns are there, isn't it? Horns, epidermis of the skin, uppermost layers of the skin, scales of different animals, feathers of the birds, nails. Okay, all these contains the stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. If the keratin is there, that is called as stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. Okay. So I repeat here, uppermost layer, what is that? A flat tile layer like cells are there, a single layer. Below this one, middle one, polygonal cells are there, 3 to 4 layers, and bottommost part consists of cube-like cells are there. This forms a stratified squamous epithelium. If keratin is there, that is called as a stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. These are the examples. On the other hand, now all of you type in the comment box where is this stratified squamous keratinized epithelium is present. All of you type in the comment box. Students, if the keratin is absent, suppose so much, then it is called as a stratified non-keratinized. Very simple. If the keratin is there, stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. If keratin is absent, there is no keratin here. That is called as a stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium. What are the examples of this one? Let's discuss now. This is present in the moist surfaces of the body, whereas keratinized is present in the dry surfaces, whereas stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium is present in the moist surface. That is, where is the wetty, watery water is there, that is called as a moist, isn't it? And very simple to remember, bacho. See here, BPO. What is BPO? Business Process Outsourcing. What is BPO? Business Process Outsourcing. Here, B for buccal cavity. B for buccal cavity. P for pharynx. E for esophagus. Stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium is present in the moist surfaces. Business Process Outsourcing. B for buccal cavity. Don't say B for bat or ball, B for buccal cavity here, because you're all the future medical students, isn't it? Next one is the pharynx. And next one is the, what is buccal cavity? It's a oral cavity, mouth cavity. Pharynx also has this one, non-keratinized, and esophagus, food pipe also has this one, even the lips here. Lips contains. Next one is palate. Here palate is there, isn't it? Roof of the buccal cavity, palate, even tonsils. Tonsils, palate, lips, BPO, even the inner surfaces of these cheeks, because it is very moisty, wetty is there. That is why it's called, also has a stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium is there. So this is about the stratified squamous epithelium, which is divided into stratified keratinized. If the keratin is there, if the keratin is absent, that is called as a stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium. Clear, students? Now let's discuss the second aspect of this stratified epithelium. What is that? Let's discuss now. Very simple. Bacho. Now let's discuss the stratified non-keratinized squamous epithelium. Now stratified cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium. Here, same thing here. Don't hesitate here. See here. The uppermost layer is different. That's it. Only the uppermost layer is different. Here, uppermost layer consists of cube-like cells. That's it. These are the cube-like cells. These are the cube-like cells. Cube-like cells or cuboidal cells. That is why it's called as stratified cuboidal epithelium. What is a cuboidal? Which cuboidal is nothing but it consists of a cube-like cells. That's it. Very simple, isn't it? See here, uppermost layer consists of the cuboidal cells or cube-like cells are there, and beach may, as usual here, same. The polygonal cells are there. How many layers of polygonal cells are there? Here also 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells. Same thing. Polygon means this one I told you, isn't it? So middle one, 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells, and the basal part, same thing here. Cube-like cells are there here. This is common. This is common. This is also common. Only this is different. That's it. In the stratified squamous epithelium, what is present in the uppermost section? That is consists of the flat tile-like cells are there. Whereas here, the uppermost section consists of cube-like cells or cuboidal cells are there. That is why it's called as stratified cuboidal epithelium. Your following, students, is very simple, isn't it? And examples now, very simple, bacho. And here, ducts of different glands. Ducts of glands. Glands means which can secrete something. That is, you take the sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands which secrete the oil. The sebaceous glands which secrete the oil or oil glands. The ducts of this one contains the stratified cuboidal, sweat glands, salivary glands, mammary glands, ducts of mammary glands. Okay. Next one is pancreatic ducts, exocrine part of pancreas, etc. All these contains the ducts, exocrine part, and all these are lined by the stratified cuboidal epithelium. What is stratified cuboidal epithelium? The uppermost layer consists of cube-like cells or cuboidal cells, that is why it's called as stratified cuboidal, and beach way, as usual, the same thing, 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells are there, and the bottommost consists of the cube-like cells are there. That is very common. Clear? Next one is, the third one is called as stratified columnar epithelium. Third one, the third type of tissue. First one is stratified squamous, the second one is stratified cuboidal, and the third one is called as stratified columnar epithelium. The first one is called as stratified squamous, second one is stratified cuboidal, the third one is called as stratified columnar. What is stratified columnar? The uppermost layer consists of the tall column-like cells. The uppermost layer consists of which one? The tall column-like cells. These are the tall column-like cells are there here. So these are the tall column-like cells which are very slender and tall, just like the columns or pillars, isn't it? That is why it's called as stratified columnar epithelium. Okay, and this one's common, 3 to 4 layers of polygonal cells, and this one is very common, cube-like cells are there, cube-like cells. Bottommost, same thing, stratified squamous, stratified cuboidal, stratified columnar. Only this is different. This middle one is same and the bottom one is also same. Only this one is same. So what is the basis of classification of this compound epithelium? The uppermost layer of cells. If it is flat tile-like cells, squamous. If it is cuboidal cells, cuboidal epithelium. And if it is tall column-like cells, stratified columnar epithelium. That's it. Very simple. But it contains a strata, different layers. Now what are the examples here? Before speaking about the examples, stratified columnar epithelium is of two different types. If it contains a cilia, sometimes cilia are present here like this. So these are the cilia. If a cilia are present, it is called as stratified columnar ciliated epithelium. Stratified columnar ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium. Stratified columnar ciliated epithelium. If the stratified columnar epithelium has the columnar epithelial cells has a cilia on their free surfaces. These are the free surfaces. In the free surfaces of these columnar epithelial cells, the cilia are present. That is why it's called as stratified columnar ciliated epithelium. Cilia are there. Examples now. Examples is larynx. Larynx means voice box. Voice box. Here, larynx is there. From where my sound is coming, voice is coming, isn't it? That is called as voice box. The larynx is having the stratified columnar ciliated epithelium. Sometimes the cilia are absent. Sometimes the cilia are absent. In which case, it is called as stratified columnar non-ciliated epithelium. Because why non-ciliated? Because here cilia are absent. If cilia are present, ciliated epithelium. If cilia are absent, that is why it's called as a non-ciliated epithelium. Stratified columnar non-ciliated epithelium means here in the free surfaces are devoid of any cilia. Cilia are absent. That is called as non-ciliated columnar epithelium. Very simple, isn't it? Here also same things here. As usual, the same thing here. But if cilia are present, ciliated. Cilia are absent, non-ciliated. That's it. If ciliated example, what is a ciliated example? Larynx, I told you, voice box. And what is a non-ciliated example? It is called as epiglottis. Example is epiglottis. Epiglottis is a cartilaginous flap-like structure which is made of elastic cartilage. It is guarding the glottis, isn't it? So this epiglottis is having the stratified columnar non-ciliated epithelium. Very simple, isn't it? This one is different. And the fourth one, very, very important from NEET point of view. Okay, I'll write here. The fourth aspect is called as transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelium. The transitional epithelium is also called as uroepithelium. Uroepithelium. This is a special type of compound epithelium. Actually, I told you that only 3 are there, but here the fourth one is there. This is called as a special type of compound epithelium, and that's called as transitional epithelium. This is very, very important from NEET point of view. All of you note down. It's very, very important. Regularly, a NEET question is coming from this aspect. If any, this is one of the expected question this time. Okay, transitional epithelium is also called as a uroepithelium. Why? Because it is a epithelial tissue specialized for the urinary system. Urinary system, also called as excretory system. Excretory system or urinary system has this special type of epithelial tissue called as the transitional epithelium, students. Clear? Now, where is it present? Before this one, what is the structure of this one? A brief explanation for this one. Here also, the bottommost layer is called as cube-like cells are there. Here also the same thing. There is no difference. Cube-like cells are there. So, these are the cube-like cells. Cube-like cells. At the bottom, this is the bottom. Okay. In the middle, different pear-shaped cells are there. Pear shape. You know the pear fruit, isn't it? So here, 2 to 4 layers of, I'm writing here only 2. Actually, 2 to 4 layers of pear-shaped cells are there. Pear-shaped cells. Whereas uppermost layer, this is the uppermost layer, isn't it? Consists of oval-shaped cells are there. This is the oval-shaped cells. Oval-shaped cells at the topmost, which may, that is middle, 2 to 4 layers of pear-shaped cells are there. Bottom consists of cube-like cells are there. You're following, students, all of you. So this is a uroepithelium, specialized for the urinary system, which is also called as transitional epithelium. This epithelium has a capacity of distension. What is distension? Expansion is there. That's why a specialized epithelium is there. And what are the examples of this one? Let's discuss now. I'm writing here the examples of transitional epithelium. First one is called as pelvis, renal pelvis, ureters, urinary bladder, and proximal part of urethra in the male reproductive system. So these are the main examples of uroepithelium, very, very important from NEET point of view. What is that? Renal pelvis is there. For example, here is a kidney. This is a pelvis. This is a structure of kidney, for example, a rough diagram. This is the renal pelvis. Here starts the ureter. I'm drawing only one kidney, okay, there is no space. So this is the one kidney. Renal pelvis, this structure here, this is a notch-like structure is there, this is called as renal pelvis, and here starts the ureters. These are called as ureters. Here another kidney is there, another ureter starts here, and here starts the urinary bladder here. This is the urinary bladder. So this is a urinary bladder. All these are lined by the which one? Transitional epithelium, which is also called as a uroepithelium. This is a specialized epithelium present only in the urinary system or excretory system of the human beings. Okay, In the next lecture, we'll be discussing the glands. The last aspect of this epithelial tissue is glands, and this epithelial tissue is very, very important from NEET point of view. 1 to 2 questions may come this time also. Okay, students, hope you enjoyed the session, all of you. Okay, God bless you all. Bye, students, all of you.